I gotta give credit where credit is due. I talked about this team a couple of times in the past couple of weeks. That is the LSU Tigers, and I gotta give them credit, man. I have to. If I didn't, then I'd be nothing more than a hypocrite because I did talk about how they blew their first two SEC games due to their podunk, powder puff, cotton candy schedule. They got a win over Georgia. Didn't mean all that much. It's another, you know, mid-tier level team, although they had a puffed up record themselves with their own cotton candy puffed up schedule. But tonight they got a huge win, huge win. In fact, I would say a very, very unexpected win as the LSU Lady Tigers knocked off Texas, previously undefeated at 18 and 0, ranked number 2 in the nation. They knocked off Texas tonight 70 to 65 on their home floor, and they did it with defense. They did it with defense. 70 to 65. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball, where we talk facts over feelings. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Show. Might hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, leave your comments. Let's talk about this, man, because LSU, their their schedule coming in had not been good, and not some. I mean, it showed in their first two games in the SEC against tougher opponents. And they were looking like they're headed towards a 1-4 start because they do have to play Oklahoma next on their schedule, on the road, no less, at Oklahoma. And that game is on the 18th. So they do have a few days off before that game. But to get a W on their home court against the Texas Longhorns, led by Madison Booker, it's huge. Very, very low scoring first half. It's 30 to 25, the LSU led. They took pretty much. Texas has been known in the past to not be the greatest scoring team. So here they are in this lower scoring game. If LSU can, get themselves a stretched lead a little bit, they're going to be in good shape. And that is what they did coming in the second half, going up by 11 going into the fourth. Texas did close the gap and got it down to 5, the final score of 5. But that was a big, big win for LSU. I mean, the game never got closer than 4 in the fourth. That was the extent of it. It got to 4 a couple of times in the fourth, but never closer than that. Michaela Williams led the team with 20 points on 7 of 13 shooting. Flau'jae Johnson had 10. Jada Richard had 10. Zakiya Johnson had 10. And Malaysia Fulwiley had 10 off the bench. Obviously, a very, very important win, as mentioned above. Madison Booker led Texas with 24 points. And Kayla, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, Oldakre had 16 points and 16 rebounds. And Jordan Lee had 12, but pretty much everybody else did nothing. I mean, they got nothing out of Rory Harmon. They got nothing out of Ashton Judd. They got 4 out of Brianna Preston. They got nothing out of starter Bria Cunningham. They got 7 from Justice Carlton. But that's a big time win for LSU. Now, where does this lead them? I mean, obviously, this is a huge win, and can this turn their season the right direction? Remains to be seen. They do have to travel to Oklahoma on Saturday, so that's going to be a really tough matchup. But this is a statement type of win for LSU, especially if they are able to go on the road now and beat Oklahoma, and maybe, for lack of better words, shut everybody up, including myself. I mean, I said what I said, and I stand on it. I think their schedule was garbage, and I think their schedule did play a part in them losing those first two SEC games. But there's also something I need to mention as well, because I was going to do a video on this actually tonight, and I had the clip, and I just thought it was a bit much. And y'all know by now, watching me, that I'm a big Flau'jae Johnson fan. But Flau'jae Johnson, you know, she made some comments after they beat Georgia this week, and I thought they were very, very premature, to be honest. And even after the win, I just think that there's something to be said for understanding what you say, how you say it, and what you shouldn't say as an athlete. And I want to play this for y'all because I think it's really important that Flau'jae, someone, I don't know if anyone talked to Flau'jae Johnson about this afterward, if Kim Mulkey had any words with her and said, look, you can't do this. But maybe she did, maybe she didn't. But I want to play for y'all what she said and give you my thoughts on it as well. But man, I gotta salute LSU, man. That's a huge win tonight. I mean, massive, massive win. So this is what Flau'jae Johnson had to say after the Georgia game. Remember, they're playing Georgia, who's Georgia. and you're getting all this energy. You're 1-2 in conference at the time. And again, I'm a Flau'jae fan, but man, there are sometimes players need to just zip it and understand the situation at hand and just don't talk. You're wasting breath, you're wasting energy, and let's take a listen to what she had to say. It's quick, and I'll have some comments after it, but and I'm not here to harp on her or not, bury her or nothing like that. But she needs to think. She needs to think before she does this. Take a listen.
The fans, to this right here to the LSU fans, the Tiger, the real fans. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Thank you for believing in us. And for the ones that switch sides, stay over there.
So who switched sides? Like who switched sides on them? No one switched sides on them. Their fans are their fans. But at the same time, you lost your opening two games in conference because you played a couple of you played a duck non-conference schedule. You played a duck non-conference schedule. Now, if that's how you feel, I mean, about how you're about your fans, and that's you. I mean, again, you need to be very careful in how you word things when you talk about fan bases and stuff like that, because it can get you in trouble. Because if they had lost today and fallen to 1-3, and heck, if they lose to Oklahoma and fall to 2-3 in conference, like they have very little chance of being the top seed in the SEC tournament come tournament time. Like a very, very slim chance, almost no chance. With three losses in this conference, you have no chance of being a number one or probably even number two seed in this conference. And it just isn't a good look. It's not a good look. I would never, I mean, the people, those are the people that support you. I mean, heck, if the message is to just general people, I mean, fine, whatever. But stay over there. Well, what if everyone in that building said that they went over there? What if they all went over there? So you have an empty building? I mean, it doesn't make sense to say after a couple of games. I mean, she said what she said. She feels how she feels. But again, they got a big, big win tonight against Texas, a huge win. I don't think they have Texas on the schedule again this year. I'm not sure. Let me check. They No, they don't. So that's good for them. They have Oklahoma. They still have they do have Texas. I'm sorry. They do have Texas again on the road. So you still have to worry about playing Texas again on the road. And they're gonna be hyped up for that game. You still got Oklahoma on the road on the 18th, A&M on the road on the 22nd, Texas on the road on the 5th, and then South Carolina at home on the 14th of February, and then at Ole Miss and at home versus Tennessee. These are all ranked teams. So they have a schedule that's tough. They really do. And, we'll find out if this game tonight was a fluke or not, because they're going to have a bunch of tough teams to play. So, congratulations to LSU on getting the job done. I mean, it's a big time win over a top shelf program. And we'll see what happens going forward. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. This is Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball. We talk facts over feelings. Come on now.